And as we sit here, and as I sit here, as the rest of us sit here, we wonder if this mixer is going to overheat. The mixer did overheat earlier. We're not sure if it's plausible to anything. The phone lines 607-238-3816. Our audio this week is in our usual microphone. We put the usual microphone back up. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy week for a lot of people. It's been a busy time for a lot of people. Busy doing things, busy managing different things. That's what we do. That's what we are here for. And that's why we do what we do. In regards to the emails, I'm looking to stop getting your emails of hate. It's becoming sickening. It's becoming tiring. It's becoming boring. It's becoming stupid. It's becoming whatever you wish to call it, in whatever language, words you want to call it. Advertising, you can go up on my website, www.thewadeshow.com. There's an advertising section. We encourage you to advertise your business, or if you want to become a sponsor here of The Wade Show. You can also go to www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. Express your interest in helping them out over there. We've dropped the network. The network has completely dropped us. I'm no longer going to be on that network. I'm down to two networks, Diversity Broadcasting and another one. So I can produce more stuff. I'm not going to have my hands tied behind my back and jump through loops and hoops and ducking under whatever they want to throw at me. That's not going to happen anymore. I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with the way it's going. I'm pleased with the fact that I don't have to be a part of some stupid ideology of immense whatever they want me to do. I don't like to be controlled. I don't like to have that control. I don't like to see people control me and tell me how to run this program. This program is, we're free to do what we want. We're always ready. We're always willing to do what people want us to do to succeed. But the control and the gross antics of these networks and their demands are not going to be put on me. Now, Diversity Broadcasting is a really good show. It's a really good place. It's a really good network. It kind of, it's a good place to be for me right now, and that's why I'm here. Now, another reason why I don't like to be controlled by the network is because it's not inspiring to me. Not inspiring to me to do what they want me to do. To have what they want me to have, to run things the way they want me to run it. It has always been something of a bother to me when somebody else tells me how to run this program, because I've worked so hard to get it to a certain level, and then I come in and somebody else wants to run things the way they want to run it. It's always disgusted me. It's always hurt my feelings, so to speak, maybe. And somebody else running things and doing things the way they want them done. Ruining the program, ruining me, my guest. Always running, so to speak, that extra mile to make sure this program is run the way they want it run. Well, this program is not run the way they want it to be run. It's run the way I want it to be run for you, the listener. You, the listener, is the one that is the person running the show, so to speak. so to speak, is a term I'm going to use very loosely, though, because I have rules from Diversity Broadcasting. I have rules from the other network. I have rules that I have to follow of my own, and they have to be followed. Now I can smooth and grease and apply the antics and apply the smooth move, so to speak, to get by some of the things I do. My big mouth gets me in trouble a lot of the time here, but people like that. People don't care. People don't see it as a threat. They don't see it as something that's evil. It's bad. It's no good. It's something that is horrible. It's something that is sickening and depressing. It's something that is awful and disgusting. And how dare Wade think of stuff like that to say and do? Well, that's the way it is, folks. That's the way it's been for a long time. No one's going to change it. I'm going to bring you the news and the information. I'm going to bring you the variety. I'm going to bring you what the rest won't bring you. And if that means that I'm the bad guy, then it means I'm the bad guy. If it means that I'm a good guy and a hero, it means I'm a good guy and a hero. If it means that I'm despised and I should be sent to the gallows and hung for my opinion and hung for my big mouth, then go ahead and hang me. And this doesn't say that I have a right to do whatever I want, or offend people, or make people sick to their stomach listening to my program. I'm always worried that something I'm going to say or do, trying to get you the news, the information, the variety, the truth, in some of the stories that we have here, is going to offend somebody in the wrong way, and it's going to make a lot of problems. But for me, sometimes I don't care. Because you, the listener, need to know. You, the listener, have a right to know. You, the listener, have a right to be entertained and listen to what you want to listen to. For years I've said that the reason people don't want to be a part of programs and don't want to listen to news because they're not interactive, they're not a part of it, they're not doing what they want to with it. That's the way it is. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be free. It should be open. We should be doing things. We should have things. We should listen to things. We should be doing stuff. We should be populating ourselves in a manner which is uniformed to what it should be, and all of that stuff. And it's not. And I understand that. I completely understand why somebody would be worried. I completely understand why somebody would have a fit. Somebody opened their big mouth about some of the subjects I talk about. And I just said that real quick because it's kind of like a thing, a warning, so to speak. The views expressed on the following program are such and such, and these other warnings are out there for you people anyways. Let's put that out there real quick, too. So, the program's not going to change. The emails about it changing, the emails about my subjects, my opinions of political agendas and political things and stuff and avenues, it's not going to change. If you want to be a guest on the program, I'm opening it up now to anyone listening to my voice can be a guest on the program. Authors, investigators, people that need to get the word out, enthusiasts, religious people. I don't care. Political opinionators, I don't care what they are. Researchers. Anybody can be a guest on this program. Anybody can come on the program and feel free to express themselves in the manner they want to. And not be afraid that I'm going to take it and I'm going to do something with it, because I'm not. I'm not going to rule over you in such a manner of that horribleness that the rest of the people do. I don't want to be the one that is considered to be the horrible outtaker, the horrible breeder of bad information. I want to be the one that people come to because they rely on me. They know that I'm going to give them the information they need. They know that I'm going to give them the information they want. They know that I'm going to be the one that is going to help them and give them what they deserve to have. That's something that I see and I feel deeply about this program, that we have to do. The news and the information and the topics we talk about, it's changed from put the porn star on and give her an interview. Put the political leader on, give him an interview. Get that book author and let him talk about his book. Get the news and the truth out about what's happening in the world. 2, my listeners deserve to have something to keep of their own. They deserve to have a good quality program. And that's what Diversity Broadcasting Network's all about as well. And that's why she's on there. And that's why me and her talk all the time. We try to get you stuff. We're working on something else. I have some more great ideas. Hint, hint to those up in management up there on WDBN Radio. Hint, hint to WDBN Radio that I have some ideas. Come down here once in a while and talk to me. Call me on the phone and let's talk. Anyways, I have the whole studio moved into my home, by the way, folks. I'm not in the studio anymore. I'm not in that, and as you can see, you hear these beeps and groans. There are emails coming in. Maybe the phone is beeping because you people already are getting pissed because of what I'm saying. You people already are on me about what you're saying. You people already are furious about what Wade's saying. Wade is just going on another rant. I'm not going on another rant. I'm not doing that. I'm not flowing myself in that direction at all. I'm just starting the program with some interesting stuff. That's all. What else do we have laying in front of me here? Let's see. I have news. I have information. I have some other stuff. And I have more emails. So, that's all part of the program. This whole stack of paper. There's a whole big stack of stuff for today's program. Just like normal. Stack of paperwork. A stack of stories. And I can just go through them. I've seen a lot of stuff this month. April is Autism Month. Autism awareness should be every month. Stop giving these months. Black History Month in February and Autism Month in April. And let's go to Bad Driver Month and such. And let's have Walking with a Cane that's blue-colored month. Why can't we help autistic children and adults every goddamn month? Every month of the year, every weekday, get it out there noticed. I don't believe that poisons in our food and vaccines cause the autism and stuff, and the retardation and all these other monopolies of medical procedures and all this other stuff. But I do believe that every month we should be respecting these people. We should be caring about them. I was even told that I may be slightly autistic. I'm not too sure about that. I was told I may be slightly retarded. I may have a slight problem with my life. But guess what? I don't care because I know how to tend to it. Fortunately, there's people out there that don't know how to tend to it, and they deserve to have it tended to. They deserve to be given the respect to tend to it in the way that in fashion that they want. And it's sad to see that some people are ignored. Their time is ignored. Their ways are ignored. Their ways of life are ignored. What they do is ignored. What they try to do is ignored. The way they do it's ignored. And back to the subject of Autism Month, it should be done every day. We should be respecting people in wheelchairs, people with autism, people with retardation, Down syndrome, and other things that are out there that people make fun of. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I have some kind of disability too. Not getting in it. But I'll tell you what, I've succeeded by doing this show. I've succeeded with other things. My other program was a success until we found out that we've overstepped our boundaries in legal affairs and couldn't do it anymore. That led me to this show. And I have had the topic of disabilities on this program. Go into the archives on our site, www.thewadeshow.com, and look up the shows. Look up the weeks. Look up the days for the shows that we have up there. Thursdays at 8 p.m. Thursdays at 10 p.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, whatever day it was that these shows have been on. It is now Thursdays at 10 p.m. on iVlogTV.com is our live chat room, which I'm going into right now. I'm looking at it right now as I speak. I'm talking to the people in this chat room. I'm actually looking at their faces, speaking to them, and hearing what they have to say. So, it's time for a break. I realize that. It is time for me to go on our first break. And with me saying that we're going on our first break, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this break. And after the break, we're going to come back, and we're going to fully open up the rooms. We're going to fully open up the phone lines that sit over there. And we're going to do this the right way. And hopefully, things will work. Hopefully, everything will do it right. Hopefully, as my mic cuts in and out. Why is my mic cutting in and out? Because this mixer is starting to overheat. I got to do something with it. I got a warranty on it. I got to do something with my mixer. I got to do it because it's cutting out. I hear clicking noises in my headphones. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you hear it or not, but I hear it. And when I go back into the program and run it before it's sent over to WDBN radio for Friday nights at 10 o'clock's rebroadcast, I don't hear the clicking. So it's got to be in this system here somewhere. So we got to go on a quick break. www.thewadeshow.com. Our phone number is 607-238-3816. www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. We'll be right back right after this. And we're back. We're backity back. What do you know? The phone rang and I answered it. And it was absolute silence. So I hung up on him. So if you want to talk to me, why don't you call into the program and talk to me instead of having absolute silence on the other end of the phone. Because having silence on the other end of the phone is not only disturbing, it's also annoying. And whatever else, and sick, and disturbing again. These things go through my mind when I think of this stuff. Anyways, folks, we're back. I'm eating the supper, the dinner, the whatever, because obviously I don't got time to run out to a restaurant and eat. So I got to do it right here. This microwave soup is just ungodly. I don't know why. I like the flavor of it. It's just ungodly to cook it. I don't like microwave stuff. I like stovetop soup. I do. I really do. I like stovetop soup. But anyways. And it is part of the program, folks. It is absolutely part of the program. It is absolutely what we have and what we do here is part of the program and why we are administering the voice that I have. Now, a lot of people begin to wonder why my voice changes, why we can't have what we need to have. And I'll tell you what, the reason that we have what we have is because I am the best. I am one of the best in all of the radio world. Not really, folks. Not really the best in all of the radio world. But I'll tell you what, folks, I am here, and we are here. And it's situating up and down, probably because this mixer is heating up. And I can also hear my voice amplifying kind of in the background here. which it doesn't make any sense on why I hear that. I hear static. I don't know where that's from. But we're going to get by, folks. Welcome to the program. We're going to get by. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Our iVlog television audience. We have 6 chatters in the room. 6 people up in there that does it. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're opening it up. 607-238-3816 is the phone number, folks. For you to call, it is the phone number for you to get that up there. For you to be a part of the program. For you to be a part of what's going on. And it also is a part of the very best in programming here, yes. I pitched that a lot. I pitched that it's very good programming. I pitched that it's one of the best programming. I pitched that it is the topic of the program. I pitch a lot of that stuff, and a lot of people can hear me pitching it and doing it and wondering about it and wondering why about it and wondering where about it. I don't understand half of it, but anyways. All right, welcome to this, the half we're on here, coming back from the break. Mumbo jumbling in the beginning here, getting stuff to work, getting the program, the phones. As I said, one person, I answered the phone and he wasn't there. Folks, you got to be there. You got to be on the other end of the phone or I'm hanging up. I'm not going to put up with people not being on the program, not having the program the quality I wanted anymore. It's not going to be acceptable. It's not going to be acceptable. It's not going to be the way it is. It's not going to be the way we run things. I want it to be acceptable. I want it to be good. I want it to be harnessed correctly. I want it to be ready to go. I want all this stuff ready. I want it to be what it can be, the very best that we can do. And that's the way it is. But, anyways, let's go back to the, I got a quick email here. See, you guys email me during the program, and that's good. So I always check it. A quick email here about autism, and that I shouldn't be making fun. I'm not making fun of them. When have I ever made fun of autistic people on the show? When have I ever made fun of any disability on the show? Even when I had the disability show, when did I make fun of them? When did I come out and make fun of these people and say to you that these people are different or something or something that's negative? Never. Never have I done anything negative. Never done anything negative. Never done anything disrespectful. Never done anything like that, and I don't plan on it because that's not right. So that's the way it is. So I don't know why that email's there. Let's get this other email up here. Asked me about last week talking about stuff. Why was I complaining so much? They enjoyed the program on and on. Thank you for enjoying the program. Why was I complaining? Well, I complained because of the simple fact that things are happening. I complained a little bit last week. I've complained about it a little bit this week. Because this show, and the callers of this show, I've gotten in trouble for. Gotten in trouble for you calling the program, and you doing the program, and you having the program, and people not liking the program, and not doing the program, and not having what you need for the program. That's unacceptable. And here it is, it's fluctuating in and up and down again, because this mixer is getting hot. I don't know why 20 minutes into our program, 15 minutes into the program, why the mixer has to get hot. I'm working on that too. I'm working on the part where the mixer should not be getting hot. We may take it back. We may get rid of the mixer. Folks, if you know a better company than Behringer or Mackie, we've been through 2 mixers for the program, and it's just not working out. The old mixer is not working out anymore. It needs to be repaired. That's the way it is on that. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't know what we're supposed to do because I don't know how to change it. I don't know what to do, how to change it, why to change it. the weird fluctuations and noises in this thing. I don't know. Anyways, the program's been doing good. It did good last week, the week before. This week, it's just the way it is, folks. Here, www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com, www.thewadeshow.com. Enjoy our websites. Find out more information about this show, and also about diversity broadcasting. WDBN Radio. TuneIn.com. TuneIn.com, folks. That's what you're listening to right now, possibly. Maybe you're listening to us in the iVlog chat room. We do it live on Thursdays at 10 o'clock in the iVlogTV.com chat room. TuneIn.com. WDBN Radio. Fridays, a rebroadcast at 10 p.m. That's up there. And that's what we're going to be doing. I may start be doing it live. I really want to do the show live, but I'm having a hard time with the programs that run that way and the budget. I don't have the budget I should. I don't have a really good astronomical budget that I could just run things on and do things with. I don't have it. And the reason I don't have it is because I don't have the money to the finances, the advertising, the budget, the sponsors that I should have. By now we should have had all these things, but we don't. We're working on them. But the show is going good. We're up to 10 chatters in our iVlogTV.com chat room. Hello, everyone. Hello, Cowboy. Hello, Mikey. Hello, I can't say your first part of your name because it's not appropriate for the radio here, but the last part is G-U-R-L, girl. Hello, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us. Support one another in the iVlog TV chat room. If you see someone here and they also have a show on iVlog TV or Diversity Broadcasting or one of the other networks that are out there that I'm on and that you're on, support each other. I'm plugging the iVlogTV.com because it's done wonders for my show. Diversity Broadcasting, the management office down there, they've done wonders for the show. Anyways, let's get back to this. We got some news clippings of drones. I haven't talked about drones in a long time. I haven't talked about it. And I got an email on it as I shuffle through the paperwork. I got an email on it. I mentioned it a few weeks. I got some emails on it. The Pentagon has deployed drones. The private sector police have done it. Now drones are going to deliveries. Drones are also used for security. And the big hassle they're having on these drones, according to this article, got it online, USA Today. There's another one at 2 other locations I've gotten some stuff on, and I've done some independent research. The big thing is our privacy. Our privacy is a big concern, and people are not liking the privacy. They're not liking what's going on with the privacy. The privacy is being hurt. And when it comes to privacy, folks, please note that privacy is something that some people take very seriously. They take it very seriously in the fact that they don't want to be watched when they're walking down the street. They don't want to be seen. But, you know, I have these issues. But if I walk into Macy's to buy a pair of pants or a shirt, if I walk into Walmart to buy groceries or a pair of pants or a shirt, if I walk into, let's say, Wegmans, if I walk into Dick's Sporting Goods, if I walk into the Guitar Center, if I walk into the Burlington store, I'm trying to name some stores that you walk into that the security is very high. The security is there, and the security is very high, very influential in the business. It's very typical of the business. There it goes. It just spiked. Did you hear that? It just spiked. Anyways, let's get back to the conversation before I lose thought. The business is the security is very high because of the way they have the store, what they do in the store. Okay. These stores are programmed to combat theft. They're programmed to combat people that want to steal goods, that want to take goods away, that want to have their way with the goods, so to speak, and they want to be an annoying prick about it, making sure the public is monitored very closely. So you go into these stores and you get watched. And I don't know what they do with these things. Maybe they have meetings and show people stuff. It's rumored that they can see you in the bathroom for crime and drug use. It's rumored that they can see you in their parking lot. They can see you in the rest of the parts of the malls and stuff that some of these stores are at. I know the Bass Pro Shop is another one. That they have cameras on you where it's different angles even. So what is it to say that if you're in a public place that you're not going to be monitored? Going down the street, standing at the bus station, public transportation areas, public affair areas, mainstream shopping, the Main Street area. I don't know. We don't call ours the Main Street area necessarily. It's about 2 streets away from the Main Street area. But the important places where they are, the arenas, the major food stores or coffee shops or restaurants or bars, where people frequent a lot and they do things a lot. What about your safety? What about the police officers being monitored by these things? People forget this, that the police officers are monitored. The public workers are. The garbage men in the morning that, throw your can down the street. Maybe the bar owners. Or out in the parking lot, a woman got felt up by somebody and didn't like it. And somebody recognized it and the police showed up. You're walking down the street and somebody flips you off and is drunk or retarded or on drugs. And I mean retarded by they're just fucked up. They're shit. They're some punk or something. Or whatever word you want to use. And they start shit with you. Or maybe you live in a bad neighborhood and you're tired of the shit that's going on and the way the neighborhood looks or whatever the problem is. Well, who's to say that these things cannot take care of the way it looks, take care of the shit that's in your neighborhood by monitoring it? Maybe the dog took a shit all over your yard and you don't like it. Well, they got him on camera and they call him in the court and they show him the video and he stops. What happens if the cop pulls you over and is a mouthy bastard to you? I'm not saying cops are bastards. I'm saying the one officer is just being mean to you. And he gets called in the office or wherever they call him in and they say, look, we got you on video doing this. Stop it. Be more politer. Or on a city bus driver decides to turn a corner wrong, cut people off, or refuse people, or drive right past them at the stop. And he's called into the office or wherever, the garage or whatever you want to call it. And he's told to, either get lost or correct his ways. There's more than just watching you mowing your lawn, okay, to these drones. And that's what this article is about. Safety versus, protecting us, being there for us, using them for what they want. And I'm telling you, you could probably see more in the mall security cameras around the mall and in your neighborhood than you can see in these other areas. I don't understand why people don't understand that if a camera is on the outside of a building, they can see all over the place what you're doing in a parking lot, what car you drive, where you're walking down the street. Maybe they can see over there in the houses on the other side, someone mowing their lawn or something. And it's right there on the mall. It's the mall security camera. It's not some drone or some thing flying around your neighborhood. It's right there at the mall. They just happen to see down the block. And those people can do whatever they want. They're private businesses. They don't have to erase any of the footage. They could keep it up to 2, 3, 4 years. I don't know what they keep it up to. I know security cameras in courts keep theirs up to 5 to 10 years. So 5 to 10 years of you outside holding hands with your girlfriend walking down the street is on some security camera in some business or the arena or whatever it is. But I understand privacy, times to shut stuff off. Public places are only viewed and monitored. Laws about how long the monitor is. If they monitor it and nothing happened, it's erased, and a new thing is a new tape. The old term was a new tape. It's put in the machine and used for the next day. I don't know. I'm getting myself all worked up about this. But it's a very serious thing. I got 3 things on it, folks. 3 different pieces of paper. 3 different paperworks here. I did some research online about it, too, because I started thinking in my head, what happens if there's laws. There's laws in certain states. New York State says any public place can be filmed. That's why I encourage people to go out there and read the laws of your state. Go out there and get the information about laws and rules and regulations so you can be better equipped when somebody says, well, you know, that camera has a right to be there. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a right to be staring down the street watching me mow my lawn. That's not the private street. It has to be viewed on the street. When it comes into my own home, I'm responsible for my own property. I'm responsible for my own security, and that's what you are. You're really responsible for your own security. So if you walk into a bar, let's say you walk into a restaurant, let's say Applebee's, or Ponderosa, or the China Walk Buffet, or TGI Fridays, or Uno's Pizzeria. Who knows what restaurant you're going to? Red Lobster, Olive Garden, whatever it is. That's private property. They can do whatever they want. They're in charge of their own security. Now, let's say it's on a regular, thoroughfare. Let's say a parkway or something. They can have whatever township you're in, city, county, they can state, they can have anything they want up and down that parkway. But as soon as you turn into the driveway of that restaurant, of the Olive Garden, of the Red Lobster, of the Dunkin' Donuts, of the McDonald's, whatever restaurant, place you're going to, the dollar store, the ShopRite grocery store, whatever it is in your neighborhood, the YMCA, or whatever it is, Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart, whatever. You're now on private property. That's where the camera is shut off, and it's that owner of that property's responsibility to get the security for that place. And that's half the battle people don't understand, is that this is a private firm filming you. It's a private thing. The public, there's a difference between the public areas and spaces and then your personal space. And then what becomes private? When a police officer arrives at your house because you complained about the neighbor, it is now a public event. The public, which is your police officer's company, the city, the town, the sheriffs, the state, whatever it is that manages that police officer, it's on your property. The law enforcement, now it's a public thing. Anything can be filmed as long as he's there. The fire is considered in some aspects to be public. Ambulances are not to be filmed at all. There is a huge medical law that says you cannot film an ambulance. I got into some issues with this by filming medical emergencies, fire emergencies, police emergencies in my area. I can't do anything involving an ambulance. Now, if there's a fire truck there, or a police car, I'm the focus on the fire truck and police car. It's a HIPAA law. It's a medical privacy law. In some states it even goes beyond that kind of laws, and it's the privacy of the person and the ambulance, and because it's medical stuff, medical information going on. But in some states like Florida, California, New York has one that if they're in a public place or responding to a scene, or they're responding to the hospital, as long as you cannot see the patient or know what's going on, not just sitting out inside of someone's house. I meant en route, driving down the street. You're following them to the hospital or something and filming it or something. In some areas, in some of these states, that's a public, you can do that. But I always stay away from it. The ambulances and the medical stuff I stay away from. Now, if it's a fire truck, fire rescue truck, if it says an R on it, like in our area it's R1 and R4, it's rescue. It's apparatus, something for medical rescue and response. Whatever the names of these things are, they also count under that medical thing because they're a medical emergency. Somebody's sick, somebody's harmed. Now, if the police show up, you can film the police doing stuff. A fire in a house is a public emergency, in fact, if there's a fire. So that's public, But the difference is that you could take your camera in any public place and start filming and do stuff. That's why they tell you, go to the park, go to the Main Street area and film something. Once you get into the stores and on people's property, you got to have their permission to film and do stuff. That's why the film college or the school here that does the films and all that kind of stuff for schooling, a college that specializes in that, they go down to the park or they go downtown, and they normally put up a sign saying they're filming and leave them the hell alone, or you'll be on camera or something, But this is what this argument is. And I'm going to keep track of this because, it's getting so states are making rules about it that they have a right to film you and they have a right to do stuff for crime. I don't think it's all about crime. I don't think a lot of the stuff that they talk about is crime. I think a lot of it is control. I really do. I think also a lot of it is just shitty reasons to want to start enforcing stuff. If they can get this law passed, they can do this law and they can do that law. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. So that's on the drone stuff. Union workers, the right to work. John, the iVlog TV chat room with me right now. You can see that I just held up the newspaper ad. And in the ad is a group of people standing around a group of people with picket signs. Some other people speaking into a microphone. There's another part of another ad here that we have. 1, 2, 3. I have 4 different sheets of paper in front of me right now. And what we do with these is I'm going to read them about these rights to work. The right to work states that you have a right to work. You have a right to be put into the union. You have a right to fair wages. It's a lot of stuff that's really, really big time with the union. People are against it. I don't like unions. I speak publicly about it because I think it's control. I don't think it has anything to do with fair wages and stuff. You can fight companies for fair wages and all this stuff. You don't need to have a union or some body over you controlling you while doing this. Again, it probably stems from the control issue I have of other people being over me and controlling me. But here it is. Right to work. Rights to work laws. Right to work statutes. A number of the United States and prohibit union security agreements or agreements between employers and labor unions. They govern the extent to which an established union can require employees' memberships, payment of union dues, or fees in consideration of employment. Now, Wikipedia goes a little bit further than all of this stuff. People seeking to work, people seeking the work, as in the people that are looking for the work, people that are trying to get employed, they're trying to get hired, they're employment seeking, their employment, maybe their employment avenue searching, it's called, where you go out and look for like nurses and we see public works areas. They go out and they look for the best place that they can be placed, secretaries, medical billing, and all these other financial jobs. It's the place of employment. It's the placement of the people in the employment. It all goes on into this stuff. And what it's showing us is that an established union can require employees membership payment of dues, meaning you pay them money. Either before or after hiring. The right-to-work laws do not aim to provide general guaranteed of employment to people seeking work, but rather are government regulations of contractual agreements between employers and labor unions that prevents them from excluding non-union workers or requiring employees to pay a fee to unions that have negotiated the labor contract and employees work under. So what we're saying here in a nutshell, folks, is that it's the government regulating the agreements, and labor unions can exclude non-union workers. This is saying no, it can't from the fees. So it's basically a forceful payment of union dues. It's also a forceful payment into the union. It's forcing you to do what they say and what they want you to do. Again, it's control over you. And here it is, a 1947 Federal Taft-Hartley Act. A distinction is often made within the law between those persons employed by state and municipal governments and they're employed by private sectors. Within the state's otherwise union shop. The shop is the place where the union runs. 26 U.S. states have these right to work, mostly in the southern and western United States, also including the Midwestern, Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin. And it says the productivity of work and the different labor type works of factories and making stuff, or government jobs like driving, or the public works of garbage and other things. Some types, I know Sodexo, I know Greyhound Bus Company, they have unions. I think Tops and another market stores, they have a union type for workers. This article is talking about all this and how the elections are going to come up and they're going to be talking about this stuff. Folks, I don't like the union because it's control. I don't like the union because I've seen stuff that I disagree with. Workers getting away with things that if they were regularly employed, honest to God employment by somebody that wasn't a union, that they didn't have somebody to run to when they screw up, fuck up, and act dumb, then they would have been gone. They would have been fired for what they have done, and they're still there because they fought for them. Now, I don't mind unions like police unions, that a police officer slams somebody on the ground because they punch him in the mouth, and a union steps in and says, hey, this has got to be better. We got to have better law enforcement. We got to have better rules. We got to have better conditions. I don't mind that stuff. I don't mind the fact that the union is saying, well, there's better conditions. We need better work conditions. We need to have the child safety laws and the all these other things that are going on. I don't mind that stuff. What I mind is them saying that I got to pay a $35 amount of money, and I don't see anything for me. I'm the type of person that if I'm going to pay a membership something, pay a dues, pay a fee for something, I want something. I want a product. I want something. Oh, well, the guy sits in the office, and if you have a problem, you can go talk to him. No, I don't need that shit, okay? But that's in the news. Also in the news is some things about autism, but I already mentioned it. New studies about vaccines, new studies about stuff. Go over that real quick. That's in the news. Public school and bullying is back in the news. That's in the news. A lot of this stuff about traveling is back in the news. Air travel, bus travel, land travel. We see DWI and alcohol use and drug use back in with traveling and driving and all this stuff. I mentioned this next week. A few of the stuff that's in the news. I went over some of this stuff last week. I don't know why I got to go over it again, but I guess I do. New stuff in the news. Food. GMOs with food and corn. New foods found in different foods is harming people, and new studies are finding this. The food products and companies that make this stuff are trying to come up with ways to get more stuff done. It's a very serious issue, and our food is making us sick. It's a very safety issue. As I browse through some of this stuff here, is that the food is not safe to eat. Folks, if our food is not safe to eat, then why are we eating it? The water, when I was a child, was considered to be fluoride in it, chemicals in it to make it safer. Chemicals for different stuff to make sure the water is safe. Well, if the water is not really safe to drink, why are you doing it? Why are you putting this water in pipes and bringing it to homes? Why are you taking this corn, beans, they're talking about beef now and fish, and you're giving it to people to eat? Why? Why are you doing this? Can't you leave food alone? When I was a kid, and I was growing up, and I was in high school, and when I first got out of high school, and in this other schooling that I went into and stuff, they're talking about trans fat. Watch your weight. People are becoming fatter. People are becoming dumber. And the trans fat, and oh my God, you're going to eat a lot of stuff, and you're going to become fat. Well, the fat went into sugar. The sugar is now into diabetes. And all our lungs and our bodies can't take the diabetes. And we can't take these medical problems. We need something better. This food is horrible. Oh my, I'm sorry, folks, if your food is not good. The chickens are given vitamins, and well, the beef is given vitamins, and, well, the vitamins are going into our system. Well, you're cooking the beef. The vitamins and stuff are dead in the cow's system when they crap it out. Oh, well, that excuse went right out the window when they found that 50% of the meat and fish and chicken in our markets are being given stuff so it doesn't rot on the shelves and it will stay longer on the shelf. A lot of the stuff is given it so it doesn't rot and crap itself out and shit itself out and blow itself out, so it's able to be eaten by humans. Well, if the meat's not supposed to be eaten by humans, why are we doing it? If the food product is not supposed to be eaten or consumed, why are we? Fructose corn syrup is a big thing put in everything for flavoring. Folks, it's part of your job as a human being to take cauliflower, put some pepper and butter on it, and make it flavorful. It's not the grower's job or the company's job to make stuff so it tastes better for you. Canned food is canned food. If you want real carrot taste, pick a carrot out of the ground and eat it. Oh, well, the bugs are going to eat all the carrots and they're going to eat all the plants. Well, guess what, folks? That's why there's ladybugs and spiders. Leave the wasps, leave the ladybugs, leave the grasshoppers alone. Leave the spiders alone on the plants. Okay? Because they're eating the bad bugs. Let nature fight nature. Well, the fertilizer is just full of compounds. Well, I'm sorry, you just filled your, like I just said a few minutes ago, the complaint about this fertilizer stuff we've seen in the news is based on the fact that they're feeding the cows and the chickens and the horses vitamins and stuff, and the sheep and the pigs. And when they take the fertilizer and put it on the food, the plants grow big, and then they grow with these vitamins in it and all these chemicals in it. Folks, I bet you the plant has excreted that chemical a long time ago. But, to play the devil's advocate here, if that plant has that stuff in it, or if that stuff is going into the food somehow, into the dirt, into the air when it rains, because, you know, the moisture in the water picks up all this stuff too, then maybe we have a problem. Maybe we honestly have a problem with our food, and we need to correct the problem about our food. I really don't think that 50% of the people with diabetes might have been their own fault. 50% of the people with weight problems might have been their own fault. 50% of the problem with health problems might have been their own fault. The other 50%, I think, of honestly, we're doing something wrong. When we're taking fish and we're putting chemicals in it so it stays on the shelf longer, then we got a problem. Beef is injected with things so it looks better to us, so we buy more in the store and it stays on the shelf longer. It outrages me when this stuff happens. It outrages me with this. And the health departments and stuff know it. Do these health department people eat the food that they say is all right? Do they do that? Or do these people grow healthy foods in their backyard and eat? I often wonder that. Is the health inspector that's going in there saying, oh, look at this healthy, wonderful food, is he eating that stuff too? I don't know. Folks, we got to go on a break. We went over the time of almost a break anyways. We got to go on a break. So I got to get through this break. www.thewadeshow.com. Our phone number is 607-238-3816. I'm screening the calls this week, so if we don't get calls, it's because everybody's being a monster idiot on the phone. Also, or they get by, or I just get tired of screening it and stop. Anyways, our Diversity Broadcasting, www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. We're iVlog TV chat room, iVlogTV.com, TuneIn.com, WDBN Radio. Folks, we got this break. I got to go on break. We'll be right back. Maybe these people are just stupid. Maybe we got stupid people here for some reason. And I'm telling you, folks, we got to get the stupid people out of here. But this is pretty cool. Yankees. I'm not a Yankees fan, but Ed Cream guy brings Street to Stadium. Guy by the name of Christopher Gallo, a court officer and Yankees fan, will sell his Linda's egg creams by right field bleachers. 39-year-old gets signed by the Yankees. The diehard Yankees fan was soon added to the culinary lineup. Amusing. And then it goes into other things about how amusing it is and how we're going to have great snacks. And it's a new product. When a beverage of egg whites and cream was popular. Through their many theories about the origin of the elixir, Gallo says it was invented before the Great Depression. I guess it's eggs, whites, and creams. This is what he tells to the Daily News. Growing up, we didn't have much. His now deceased single mother did a lot to very little their Bentonhurst, Brooklyn home where he said that him and his brother marveled at how easily she mixed the simplest ingredients into a summertime treat. And he goes on to explain the treat a little more. It's egg whites and cream. It's going to be sold at Yankee Stadium, right field bleachers. I don't know what the right field bleachers is, but I guess it's the right part of the stadium, I assume. This goes on to the Yankees opening up the season, and somehow they're doing really well. How the fans have improved their spirits and other stuff. But this is pretty cool. The guy gets a something that he is whatever you call it, his heritage, his family recipe. He gets to now serve at the Yankee Stadium. I thought that was pretty cool. Amongst all these bad stories we have something nice. And we're back. We're back. And I started off by calling people stupid because I got on this rant with this guy on the phone on the break. Apparently, he wants to talk on the radio and tell everybody how stupid I am and get his message across. And I told him I'm not going to allow him to do that. I'm sorry. That's not going to happen. That's not going to be part of the program. I don't want people to be jerks and idiots and all that stuff on the program. And I badmouth me on the phone. The second caller calls in. See, I'm screening the calls this week. So the program is improving by me screening these damn calls with our new Jive phone system. I got a new system. I'm waiting for a phone. An actual phone I'm going to have here on the desk, and it's going to be put into a system. But anyways, the caller streamed into my phone. And I said, you're not live on the air. And it was a male voice that said, I'd like to be live on the air. I said, well, you just screamed in the phone. He goes, okay, and hung up. I caught him, so it is a male that's doing it, I guess. We're just waiting for the toilet flusher, who hasn't called yet this week, and he didn't call last week. Maybe he did call last week. I can't remember. But that's a routine. That's not going to happen anymore. But we're back. Welcome back, folks. I'm going in the second half of the program here. Second half of the program. And it's wonderful. It's great. We're doing wonderful. My ear kind of rings from screaming into the phone. And the Yankees guy. That's great news to have. Some more great news for you lovers of candy and all this. It's called Sweet Pops. Candy store bakeries feature plenty of goodies for the summer and all year round, and it goes into some summer treats, ice cream, the sodas here. The prices of this stuff is pretty. I don't like the prices, but I guess they're root beer floats, but they're soda floats. They can be made with anything. Springtime slushies. Then it goes into summertime ice creams. Here's some stuff that I wouldn't mind trying. The Ithaca area. That's New York area for people who don't know. They're these sweet chocolate things with mousse and whipped cream and graham cracker, little pies here. Then there's some stuff for the Syracuse area with ice cream and talks about all that stuff. And then New York City with the flavored ice that they have. There's some other lime pies down in the southern area, and then it describes Florida. A lot of Disney treats. It actually has an ad for Disney's vacations here on this page. And it goes into some summertime stuff, but I don't see it because where I am here in New York, we're not experiencing summer. We're not experiencing ice cream cones, waffle cones, large waffle cones. I guess these things are incredibly large. Shows a child with one in his hand. It looks like he's holding a large cone with a lot of ice cream on top. A really long cone. Chocolate treats. Frozen chocolate pops. Gourmet chocolate. Whatever gourmet chocolate is. I thought chocolate was a cocoa bean. Then you put milk in it, or you don't. I don't know how gourmet chocolate gets. Then you put sugar in it. Maybe you don't. I don't know how gourmet chocolate gets, but these guys are making a big deal about gourmet chocolate puffs. They basically look like lollipops, round lollipops, with caramel swirled around them. They're great summertime treats. And then there's wine and other things for summer. Wine tasting tours. We have Traditions at the Glen. There's a wine thing. Black Bear Winery is here. We have some other wineries out in California here. Salisbury, I can't pronounce this name, for God's sake. But I've been to the wineries here in New York. At the New York State Fair last year, they had some of the wineries, upstate wineries or something. There's, what other wineries do we have? We have the Finger Lakes, which is, here. Finger Lakes Wine Tours here. Ashley Lynn Winery. New York State Wine and Grape Foundation. Finger Lakes Wine Country. And I have been up to the Finger Lakes wine area up there. It's a very beautiful place. Seneca Lake area. Buffalo, Rochester area. Albany area. The upstate. I call it upstate because it's upper state. Bendale Vineyard. Chattanooga winery tours and that stuff. Long Island. And then there's the Niagara wine stuff. Wolfer Estate wineries on this thing. New York State Winery and Culinary Center. Lake Ontario Wine Trails. Niagara Wine Trail. The Hudson area here. Rustic Ridge, Bear Pond, Cooperstown wine tours. There's Brotherhood's, America's oldest winery. Thousand Islands wine. Anyways, this is the point I'm getting, folks. Before I go through all these wineries here, and before I get off on a tangent about wine here, it's telling you great tours and places to go for the summer. And I just probably pitched a bunch of trails and winery stuff that... Anyways, I don't care. Go up there and see them. Go up there. Chattanooga is nice. But this is summertime fun. And my point now, with this big summertime ad they have here in this paper... I don't know what paper it is. It's some local paper I got. I just loved the article in it, so I bought the paper. It's probably about $2. Holy crud. But the point is, outside right now, the weather, as I'm speaking to you here, is 33 degrees. 33 degrees is cold. 33 degrees is suffocatingly horrible for summer. It's like putting a pillow over summer's face and sitting on the pillow. It's awful. It's disgusting. It's awful. But we had a good winter. We had a warm winter, so maybe summer and winter is what you want. Anyway, these wine tours. If you want more information, you can go up to their websites. You can go up to New York State Winery. Winery tours. You can go to California Winery tours. You can type in the subject wine trails. There's some in Pennsylvania. Not going to get into those. I just named off half of them in New York there for you. But anyways, you can go and find out some information about this stuff. Great summer ad. Getting into more stuff about the news. I guess there's somebody that attacked an autistic child. I guess in schools, what we're having problems with, we're moving on now, away from the wine and going into schools. See, there's bullying in schools. Teachers are complaining about the bullying of the students towards the teachers. And I have a good friend who works as a teacher. I have two good friends, actually, that works as teachers. But one of them did mention that, the bully laws, and of course my daughter in school, they send us home stuff for parents' information about this stuff when it started. But I guess the teacher hit the kid, and this is not the first time that we see children being hit by teachers. We see children being abused by the staff of schools. We see this a lot, and it's Autistic Month, so of course they're going to showcase an autistic child. Where are the rest of the children? Where are the other abused children so we can spotlight them and help them? And what happens to these teachers? This article goes in that disciplinary procedures are being thought. Well, thought means that somebody has it in their head. It doesn't make any sense to me. Or will it ever make any sense? Why this is here. And I just don't know what to say about it. I mean, if teachers are being attacked by students, they should know that they're working with disabled people. They should know that the disabilities that these children have, they could be attacked. They could be harmed. Anybody that works in the city schools, anybody that works even in private schools, maybe you work in a small town school, you're going to have kids that are jerks and assholes and dumbasses. And folks, don't send me any emails because I'm calling your kids jerks and dumbasses. Because I know your kids are jerks and dumbasses. I know some of you that are listening, your children are mean. I was bullied in school. But I also learned that, these bullies that bullied me were cleaning bathrooms at McDonald's so I can pee on the floor and they have to clean it up. But maybe somebody else will not be so lucky, and their bully will not have to clean up piss off the bathroom floor. But my point is that maybe something needs to be done, not only for the teachers, but for the students, because if their minds are that stressed that they're acting out, or their disabilities are acting out, or if their disabilities are that much of a problem, then maybe we need to get ourselves addressed a little bit more, and not have these things, and not have these disabilities and these matters. And I'm telling you that some of these matters that you're seeing, and disabilities and all this stuff that you're seeing and hearing about, it can be easily corrected. We can very easily get ourselves to the point where we can correct it, whether it be the student's fault, the teacher, and I'm not sticking up for any of the teachers that are harming children, and I'm not sticking up for the children that are punching and harming the teachers. What I'm saying is the issue needs to be dealt with better. And also, this child was autistic. To me, if you work with autistic children, or if you work with disabled children like that, you know what could happen. And you need to have a nice mind, and not be all crazy, and not be all dumb, and not be all socially unacceptable. But that's the way it goes in that field, I guess. A lot of people tell me that sometimes it gets out of hand. But like I said, we're not blaming the children. We're not blaming the teachers. I'm not going after the teachers. I'm not going after the children. I'm saying something needs to be done. All this month, in fact, we've seen this. And all last year we've seen it. And like I said, something needs to be done, folks. Something does need to be done. And thinking about something needs to be done, and thinking about what needs to be done, I have to have a break done. I have to have it. I've gone over the break schedule. It's not good that I've done that, but I don't want to gear off these topics. So www.thewadeshow.com, www.diversitymatters.com, broadcastingnetwork.com. Our phone number is 607-238-3816. We'll be right back right after this break. And we're back from our break. We're going into the bottom half of the program, the very bottom half of the program, in fact. In fact, it's running on the time that we would normally pretty much almost end the program here. Programs are about an hour and 45 minutes, but the breaks make them longer. So here we are, getting out of the news here. Getting the last bit of the news, getting the last bit of what's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Two of the emails here are asking why I haven't mentioned Donald Trump. I told you I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Back pain, the most crippling condition known to man. Here it is, heart conditions on the rise. More stuff on diabetes I talked about in the beginning of the program. Other things of ailments and stuff, feet injuries. And amongst all this stuff are ads for chiropractors and everything else. These papers amaze me. How they put the ads for the doctors about the stories they're trying to do about them. Here's something. The public education system cuts off services at age 21. It's another thing about autism. But, you know, once you become 21, you're legally an adult. And I've gone on this before. We talked about this before in the education system. Not going to go much on it. But Natural Autism Awareness Month is April. So they're doing another thing. Opening doors. Census Creation's nonprofit organizations. Thoughts about nonprofit organizations helping autistic children. We have events that help autistic children to raise money. Employment help, schooling help, higher education help, parents help, diagnosis help. Whole page on autism. Now, this month is Autistic Month. I'm not saying that these programs are bad. But it just amazes me that we sit here and we have these programs funded, and then we have just about 3 pages over funding cut in education funding. So I don't know. We're going to do more on autistic lives and autistic adults and children, and probably later this month. But it's Autistic Month, April. They swing in that way. In sports, the Yankees are all over the sports page. That wonderful guy is having his creams at Yankees, but here's some other things. The Royals, Pirates, Blue Jays, Yankees, and it goes on to name some others. It doesn't have my Braves or Orioles in here. The Mets, they all have early opening games, and they're trying to get people in with great overall success on this stuff, probably. It's kind of funny on what they're advertising here. They're advertising for the ball games. Pirates are topping the Cardinals. Golden State downs Blazers. Philadelphia, New York, California, New Jersey, Florida. The Marlins are in Florida. Oh, a bunch of stuff for you baseball fans. Here's something very unique. Kyle Busch won. Busch completes a sweep. He wins Sprint Cup. And it goes into some of his other stuff in NASCAR. Of course, we all know I am slightly a NASCAR fan. Pirates rally past Pens, and it goes into this baseball season. So here we start the baseball season. I think I'm going to end our show with talking about the baseball season. You guys can go and watch the baseball games and everything you want, because it's getting to the bottom half of the program where we got to end. Okay, Watch those baseball games. Anyways, you all know I'm a Blue Jays fan. You all know I'm a Braves fan and Orioles fan. So I might keep your stuff up on that. But we're here at the end of our program. Thank you for listening, everybody. www.thewadeshow.com, www.diversitybroadcasting.com. And my friend who's here in the studio with me that was trying to do the phones with me here is laughing at me over the baseball. Well, I don't get it. But I guess they claim that their team is better than mine. We'll see. So football's done. Hockey is I didn't see anything in hockey in there that I liked. Anyways, www.thewadeshow.com. Go into our archives, listen to some of the shows. As I mentioned last week's shows, go up there and listen. We got all the information about the show up there. We're looking for guests. Be a guest. All the information's up there for you. Our email's up there. www.Diversity Broadcasting Network. Their information's up there. Tune in on Fridays. WDBN Radio on Fridays. Tune in at 10 p.m. is a rebroadcast of all of our shows. So if you missed the show during the week, on iVlogTV.com, that's a chat room, iVlogTV.com chat room. If you missed the show on Thursdays, you can join WDBN Radio